We're pressing play. You ready, Tyler? You press play?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. It is fall, bro. They got the double ring set up, and this is very exciting. For copyright purposes, guys, we are not going to be watching the matches we're watching them in the luxury of our own homes, and we told you to get on Peacock, but we're not going to show anything on our actual streaming here. We're just going to watch them. We're going to talk about these matches, tell you what we know about these superstars, and just kind of give our insights in what it's like to watch these. But yeah, so Chris Jericho actually is the Cruiserweight champion. I love those
Jericho's champion going,
tights
yeah.
that he's rocking right now. It's a pretty solid. Look how young Chris Jericho looks, man. Holy crap. What do you think, man?
He would have been
great.
Yeah, he would have been 27, maybe.
Damn, he looks great for 27.
Because he was 19 when he started in 1990, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be about 26.
Yeah. Look at a different version of Eddie Guerrero. He just looks so much smaller than he did in WWE.
I don't know if I've told this story. I know I've told you, but I don't know if I've told the story on the podcast. The Radicals went to try to go to WWE, and Bruce Pritchard was trying to sell Vince McMahon on Eddie Guerrero, and Vince was like, "But he's so tiny."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Vince McMahon's first impression of one of the greatest performers of all time.
Yeah, because he wound up loving Eddie too.
How could you not?
Yeah, look at Eddie rocking the Dominic Mysterio mullet, man. Just amazing.
Rocking the mullet.
Mutton chops. Yeah, you got the mutton chops on Chris Jericho. I mean, this is such a good match because this version of Chris Jericho is not too far from the Super J-Cup Jericho.
No, this is less than 2 years from that. Eddie slides out of the ring, immediately covers his ears.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, he's so good. The little things.
Yeah. What a great performer he was, man. I mean, it just special. Just absolutely special. I mean, I'm looking at like the skill set in which they're doing this, like the way that Jericho's got a little bruise there under his left arm. I didn't realize that there next to his pec. I wonder. I love the look of a professional wrestler, and I don't mean that like the body guys. Like I like guys that take care of their stuff, like they wear tights, they wear wrestling boots, or like Jericho, like they rocking like the kick pads, which was kind of innovative at the time because not a lot of people wore kick pads back then, right? Not like regular wrestlers like him. Like, yeah, I know like Aldo Montoya, the Portuguese Man of War, he wore stuff like that. But not a lot of other wrestlers wore kick pads like that.
Did Sean have them back then? Like,
no.
Remember, Chris was that's someone he was influenced by, and I know I know he wore like sometimes wore like biker boots.
Yeah.
Like motorcycle boots.
I think the only guy who took the biker boots thing was Dolph Ziggler. He was more so like, I'm going to use the biker boots, and he used them his entire career.
Yeah. I think Sean used them for a brief period of time, like in this era.
Mm-hmm.
When he was, babyface. I love these guys. Is they're taking their time. They're getting the crowd into it. The psychology.
I know. I'm just watching Eddie be like a technical master, and it's almost like people forgot that he was a just all around great professional wrestler.
And then he just yanks the hair.
Yeah, it's just so amazing to watch them. And my God, young Eddie, he bumped his ass off, man. Just the way he did stuff.
You know what's crazy is like this is less than a year from Eddie had won the U.S. title tournament the year before when Flair got hurt and they had to have a tournament. Eddie beat DDP in the final, and he was a little. At least he looked because he had that white singlet with the.
That's the one that's on the WCW Thunder game and stuff.
He seemed a little chunky, and like he seems like he's leaned out a ton since then, and it's less than a year.
Yeah. Eddie was constantly working on his look, man. God damn,
Yeah.
those chops.
I wonder why, and I mean, maybe it's just because of how soon or prematurely he left us. I just feel like he should be in the GOAT conversation.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely one of those guys that people should be talking about
I mean,
more.
shit, both of them, honestly, but
Mhm.
but Eddie's the one that doesn't get ever discussed, and I just don't get it because
Mhm.
there was nothing that man could not do phenomenally.
Mhm. Yeah, agreed.
And on either side of the coin, he could be a heel or babyface and still just be, man, as good as anyone.
Mm. It's amazing how this style of wrestling has just kind of disappeared. Like they're not even doing any high flying moves yet. This is just it's a cruiserweight match and they're just working.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is about this match that I know there's some stuff later that made me, at least the first time I saw it, go, wow.
Mhm.
Um, so I've always loved this match, but I mean, just right now, just solid psychology. Jericho right now working over the arm, grinding his boot against his face at the same time.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. I'm just watching this, like watching the way Eddie is just fighting his way through this arm hold and he continuously just gets up and up only to be brought right back down. I mean, it's just I don't think this is what Eric Bischoff had in mind when he was talking about cruiserweights and stuff like that, but my God.
And actually, I do want to shout out the referee in this match. It's Mark Curtis, who is his real name is Brian Hildebrand. Is a good friend of both of these guys. If you've ever read Chris's book or any of Mick Foley's, they're really close from the when those guys worked in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Okay.
And he unfortunately passed away in 1999 from stomach cancer.
Oh, that's terrible, man. That's terrible.
He's a very popular guy, though. They had a tribute show, and he was for him, and he was while he was still alive, he was strong enough to referee one match, I believe,
Oh,
and it was Eddie and Chris against uh, Malenko and Benoit
wow.
because those were his guys. And Eddie gave him the Black Tiger mask as a gift after the show.
Wow. I really hope we get to the point now where like Shaw Guerrero or Vicky gives that black tiger mask to Sasha because I feel or like Mercedes. 'Cause I feel like if she wore like the black tiger mask as like if she was like the next black tiger in Japan, my God, would that be phenomenal?
That would be so great.
Mhm.
I'd love that so much. Um,
This is so amazing to watch, man. To just see the style and performance and what these people are doing. Like to just watch Eddie and Chris, and they are just doing nothing but classic technical wrestling. That's all we're watching right now. It's just working a body part. But what I love about this match so far is the fact that Eddie is having his arm worked on, but every chance he gets, he tries to do the same thing to Chris.
right, and
There you
he
go.
had him down there a little while ago while I was talking about Brian Hildebrand, and just being heelish, just feet on the ropes, just for a little extra, just a little extra.
Oh. So when I trained, right, I remember guys like Magic and like Little Dixie and stuff, they would tell me that spot that you just saw with Guerrero, where like he bounces off the ropes just to
Mhm.
give a drop kick. He said that that's how you know a guy was trained old school because they would always use the ropes as momentum for everything. We would see it in constant guys like Scott Steiner, where a guy would be down on the ground like on all fours. Scott would just go back to the ropes. He would bounce off the ropes, just like use his back, and they would just come out and then just give him like a little head kick. So there's no reason for the ropes, but it actually makes sense psychology wise in the ring. And I always thought about that. So whenever I see an old school guy do that, I know that now. Ooh. Some of these submissions, man. I remember when I used to do backyard wrestling, I would try to like dress like I remember my gear was very similar to like Just Incredible. I wore like the cutoff jeans, the black tights under, the Magnum boots, and then I'd have like the cutoff t-shirt.
Yeah. So when you did that, was that like you guys hitting each other with like the light bulbs, or
No. We didn't do that. We thought we were technical wrestlers wrestling on mattresses, bro.
Okay.
Like we were never that hardcore. We wanted to be a different version. We were hoping that like we'd get picked up,
You know who else did that to get their start? You're not gonna like being compared to them all.
The Young Bucks.
That's who I was gonna say.
Yeah.
They had the ring in their backyard.
Yeah, bunch of rich kids. Nah, we used to go to we would just like walk around Bayonne, and then we'd see mattresses like on the street, and we'd pick those mattresses up and take them to the park.
Yeah, I don't know if they were rich, because like I don't think they started out doing that, and then they were like, their dad saw like somebody got hurt, and their dad was just like, look, I'm just gonna build you a ring.
I always love this version of a dragon sleeper.
Okay, see right now I'm in a so it's like goes from like a surfboard into I think you're just a few seconds ahead.
Oh, I pressed play right when you did, but that's fine. We're not that far off from each other. Like, God, look at Jericho's facial expressions. He looks like he's writhing in pain, man. I love it. He's just really pumping it out.
I mean, to be fair, that looks like it really hurts.
I'm sure it hurts his legs more than anything else.
I went to school with a guy, and wrestling was really popular in like it would be like probably the spring of like '99. And he came up with this finishing maneuver. He called it the chinner.
Ooh!
And he would like get a hold of your arms and like just push his chin into your back.
Oh!
And you would be surprised how much that hurts.
I believe it. That was actually something we did in collegiate wrestling. Not like that though, from the front.
So yeah, it's pretty similar to what Eddie's doing now, except you use your chin. And I remember the only way to break it, like, obviously would be like to do like the elbow to the midsection. And one time he had me in it real good, and I just threw the elbow, like elbowed him right in the nuts. He's like, I think you knocked the equator off the map. Shout out Peter McLeod. I don't know what he's up to these days, but doubt he's listening to the podcast, but
I gotta say, man, usually Eddie's the one who bumps his ass off, but he gave a lot of work to Eddie in this. Like, Jericho gave a lot of work to Eddie in this. He's taking a lot of this punishment.
This appears like it's going to hurt. Maybe he's just going to do a submission.
I mean, that's how you put the vertebreaker on.
Yeah.
That was Homicide's finisher, too.
For my next trick, I will put your balls on the back of my head.
Just dropped him on his face. God.
Ooh, yeah. He sure did.
Oh, man. Oh. Holy shit. That chop by Chris Jericho, you saw the sweat come off Eddie's chest. Wow. Oh my God. Hopefully nobody takes my laugh and makes it like the next Kawhi Leonard thing. That was a pretty weird laugh.
Yeah, well, he won an NBA title that year, so,
Yeah. I'm a real fun guy. You just gotta ask me questions. I don't even know where you are. I remember that. Oh man, I always loved Jericho's springboard dropkick. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
See, at this point in the match here in 2023, Jericho would have given him a Canadian destroyer to the, to the outside,
which no one would sell, and then
yo,
so
this
sad.
crowd is into this match.
Oh, so sad that move has become like a clothesline.
Well, you know, when Red created it, I'm sure he thought it was going to be a finishing move, and then Petey Williams decided to make it his finisher, and then it was like the hottest move in professional wrestling, and then the late Ring of Honor, I guess they're still going, so it's really hard to say, but like late or early, but I don't know. Those guys
Ring
just
of
got
Honor version 1.
Yeah, they ruined it. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! If Brock Lesnar did that to somebody right now, he would.
Oh my god!
Holy shit, man!
Not sure how safe that move was.
Oh. Wow, Eddie just took. If you're wondering what move it is that me and Tyler just saw, Eddie just took a phenomenal German suplex. Like it was a throwaway German suplex. Well, then, didn't expect that from Eddie Guerrero. A nice Saito bomb. I love that.
That wasn't a Uranagi?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Uranagi, that's right.
Who's a Nagi? Uranagi.
I love it. Just the way he just gives us one of these.
Eddie Guerrero just out here rock bottoming people.
Yeah. Dude, how amazing is it that we can only tell whether somebody's going to land a power slam only when Randy does it?
Have you seen the TikTok where Randy Orton's at some high school like volleyball game, and the one kid just RKO's the other kid out of nowhere? He's like, "Hey, Randy," and he just RKO, yeah. And Randy's just laughing in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm glad that dude's living his best life now. Like,
absolutely, he met the woman of his dreams. He has
went through a lot of
excited.
Went through a lot of rough years there.
Oh, amazing, bro! Ooh, La Magistral. He countered it. Oh, that move was
Chris
so popular back in the day.
Chris loves it. Talks about. Oh wow, yeah, he talks about it in his book, teaching it to Bret Hart. And Bret uses it to beat Bulldog at In Your House Seasons beatings.
How many people could say they taught Bret Hart something?
Yeah, he was like, because he said like in the same day Vince like jobbed him out, like when he went to talk to him, he's like, what I did teach the WWF champion his new pay-per-view finishing move. So because he's backstage, they're doing like a show in Calgary, and he's backstage, and Bret's like, you worked in Mexico, they do a lot of fancy roll-ups or whatever. Eddie with the win with the frog splash.
Absolutely. What an amazing match that was. A reversal. The finish of the match is a reversal to the superplex, and for Eddie to just land on him, and Jericho looks obviously knocked out. Eddie goes on the rope and gives that picture-perfect frog splash. Guys, that was such a phenomenal ending of the match. Let us know in comments. Let us know if you think that this was a great match. We love it. And we'll be right back with match number 2.